Single moms, I want you to hear this with your whole heart. You're not broke because you're bad with money or you're irresponsible. You're not behind because you made mistakes or you're a failure. You're not stuck because of who you are. Okay, you're stuck because of what we were taught to believe, because of what our parents or society taught us to believe. All right. If you grew up hearing, we can't afford that, money doesn't grow on trees, be grateful for what you have, women shouldn't depend on money, debt is normal, even debt is bad. You were programmed to survive, not to thrive, right? And if you're doing this alone, those beliefs hit even harder, right? Let's get something straight, okay? Your money mindset was formed before you even learned to tie your shoes, right? Before we were age 7, you absorbed your parents' stress, right? You might have heard them talking about money, fighting about money, talking about what we can afford, what we can't afford. No, you can't have that. Again, it doesn't grow on trees, right? Arguments or talking about lack or scarcity, fear around money, the frustration, the trauma, right? It really is financial trauma. You didn't choose those beliefs, you inherited them. Okay. So stop blaming yourself for a story that was never yours to begin with. You can change that. You can decide today to change your beliefs and the lies you believe around money. Here's belief number 1. I have to do everything myself, right? This belief is why you never ask for help. As a single mom, I'm like, I'll do this by myself. I don't need anybody else. I don't need my ex. I don't need my parent. My parents have helped me tremendously, but you carry all that weight, right? You don't delegate. You never invest. You don't even put yourself first. You put yourself last. How many of you give to your kids? They need new jeans, new shoes? Oh, sure, of course. But when's the last time you went shopping for your new pair of jeans or shoes, right? Anything for yourself. This belief is a prison. It really keeps you stuck, okay? Belief number 2, I shouldn't spend money on myself until my kids are taken care of. How many of you believe that, right? You don't buy the clothes. You don't go to the salon or get a massage or get your nails done. You don't join the program or invest in yourself or get coaching for yourself. How much have we spent on our kids' sports, right? Coaches and travel sports and lessons. I mean, oh my gosh, right? And especially in the Chicago area, it's just expensive. You don't invest in the thing that would change your life, really, because you feel guilty. Okay. What would it take for you to invest in yourself and get a coach that would help you or mentorship? Your kids don't need a perfect mom, right? They need a mom who is resourceful and supported and emotionally safe and believes in herself and takes care of herself and loves herself. Okay. Belief number 3, I'll always struggle. This is just my life now, right? Can't do anything about it. This is where I'm going to be. It is what it is. This is really dangerous, right? This is a really scary place to be. Because when you accept struggle and where you're at and feel stuck, you tolerate it, right? You let people treat you that way and you focus on the lack and you're going to get more and more and more of that, right? You accept lower pay. You don't need a raise. You don't get a raise. You have high debt. You have high interest rates. You have no time to take care of yourself. You're working too much. Maybe you're getting a second or a third job. You're exhausted, right? And you accept chaos. Your brain will always prove your beliefs right. So if you focus on the lack and the struggle, you're going to get more of it. And this to me was a huge wake up call. I didn't realize how much time and energy I was focusing. I was checking my bank accounts and oh my gosh, I got to try to do this and I need to get another job. I need to go drive DoorDash. I need to da da da. It's like it's exhausting, right? But that shift is you can rewrite your story. You can rewrite your money story anytime, right? You're not stuck with the beliefs you were given. You get to choose new ones, but you have to be aware of those thoughts. You have to be willing to maybe get a little uncomfortable, do something different, and be willing to see a different side of it, right? Because I think society has taught us that we go to spend thousands of dollars on college, we get a job, we work for 40 hours, a week. We worked for 40 plus years until we can finally retire. We get 2 weeks vacation, right? How many of us really want way more time with our family? And of course, more income to do the things we love and time to do the things we love, right? And make the memories with the kids. So you got to rewrite some of this, right? Instead of I have to do everything alone, I get to be supported. There are people out there that will support you. There are coaches and mentors and communities and people that will support you. If you say, I can't invest in myself, what if you said investing in me serves my kids and can change the legacy of my family? Again, how much have you invested in coaches for your kids? You might need a coach. You might need a financial advisor. You might need somebody to help you rewire your brain and help you with accountability and be accountable to know that those are lies that you're believing and maybe even remind you who you are. I've invested thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on myself, and I'm so grateful for that. But I knew I needed to do something different. I didn't want to stay stuck in that same place, right? And instead of saying I'll always struggle financially, what if you said I'm becoming a woman who creates money? Money flows to me, right? Thank you, Lord, that I'm paying this gas bill because I have heat for my kids and for my home instead of, oh my God, I have to pay another bill. No, thank you that I get to borrow this money to get this house for a beautiful home for my children. Okay? It's gratitude. It's being thankful. These beliefs, along with, will change the trajectory of your life, of your family. And your kids are watching. So they're listening to and seeing your thoughts and your beliefs. So if you're saying some of the same things that your parents said, money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that. No, you got to change your beliefs, and which will then change your actions and your attitude and your thoughts, right? Most people think belief work is thinking positive, right? But it's not. It's really changing, right? Small wins like saving 20 bucks, making $10 or $100 or $1,000 online, selling something. Have you looked through your closets and I just went through my closets. Now I just take stuff to Goodwill because I don't want to do it. I've tried to do this selling on Facebook thing, but some people have more patience for that. I would rather make $1,000 selling my digital marketing program than selling something for $10, $20. I've tried that, but you may have more valuable things than I do and more patience than me. But even just paying down $50 of debt and showing up consistently with confidence, right? But your identity, what would a financially free mom do today? Would she go to the grocery store and spend frivolously? Would she go do things that are not getting her to her goals? And it's okay to do some things, but if you have this in your budget and you have this belief that and gratitude, it's all different. It's really about right here, right? And choosing supportive communities and mentors who really, again, reflect your future and not your past, right? They're reminding you who you are. You are worthy. Your debt does not define you, right? You are 100% capable and able to make money online, to save, to pay off your debt. You can do anything possible, right? God gave you a dream and a vision and goals because he knows you want to do that instead of living in lack. And then action, right? Belief without action is fantasy. Action without belief is burnout. But together you can transform your life. You really can. So the reason single moms are, struggle with money, it's not because you're irresponsible. It's not because you're bad at math. It's not because you're lazy. It's because you've never had the time or the space to breathe long enough to create a plan, right? How many of us are doing, right? You're juggling the kids and work and the bills and the meals and the laundry and just life. You're not failing. You're overloaded. So it might take some time to stop. And if you're like me, I had to stop reading the books, doing the podcast, but listening to podcasts, playing games on my phone, scrolling. How many of you spend hours and hours scrolling because we don't want to face reality? We just want to avoid and we want to stay in our comfort zone and we don't want to do something different. Maybe we're afraid of failure. But that's why this system that I've been using, you can automate your income. It's crazy. If you go to believeindailypay.com, you can see it there. You can watch some videos. I'm happy to you just email me any questions after you watch those videos. But in 2 hours a day, moms are earning thousands of dollars online. And I know it sounds too good to be true, but you have to start somewhere. You have to really ask yourself, Do you want to be in the same place 6 months or a year from now? Do you want Christmas next year to look different? What would it look like if you made a couple $1,000s a month? How would that change your debt? How would that change your life in just 2 hours a day? Now, you do have to be coachable, right? You have to be willing to say, you know what? I don't know everything. I'm willing to learn a few things. I had no idea I could earn money online. I had no idea there was an automated system. I was used to network marketing. I had to DM people, friends, family. I was constantly on my phone. I was going to parties. I was doing the thing right, trying to make a sale. And I would make what, 20% of that? Here we're earning 100% profit. 2 hour workday, automated system. You do not need to be tech savvy. I know it sounds too good to be true, but in an investment, small investment, we have many ways to get started. There's $100, 300, 600, 900, or 1400. It really depends on your, number one, where you're at today and what you can afford, but also what you're looking for in your future. I'm ready to make $10,000 a month. $100 a month is great, but I'm ready to make 10,000 a month and more because I see other people doing it and I know it because there's proof. And my friend Carrie is a perfect example. She made about $100,000 in 67 days. And I was like, wow, I need to know what you're doing. And I want to share this with other single moms because there are moms that are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, anxiety, barely sleeping at night, waking up, panic attacks because they're not sure how they're going to pay the bills because the expenses are more than the income. Right. In the last video, I talked a little bit about the 5 steps on how to get out of debt, but let's be real. We can cut back expenses till we're blue in the face, but most likely you need a different, either a pay raise, a job, more income. I'd done DoorDash, all those things. I knew I needed something different. So when I could earn money on autopilot, I said, absolutely amen. And I focused on doing that. And I'm not going to give up. And I don't want you to give up either. And I want to help you get to where you want to be. So it's really just one decision. You get to decide today, right? There just comes a moment where a single mom looks in the mirror and says, I'm done. I'm done being scared. I'm done struggling. I'm done carrying this alone. When you decide, life moves fast, right? Debt starts dropping, income starts rising, opportunities start showing up when you start focusing on what you want and your desires and your growth, and you change your belief instead of focusing on lack. And you have joy and gratitude. The energy shifts, your confidence grows, your kids notice, your home feels lighter, right? You become her, the version of you that's been trying to get back to you. You're already there, you're already her, but you are becoming the woman that God made you and created you to be, right? He has a purpose for you and for your life. And I 100% believe my purpose is to help single moms get out of debt. 100%. And I want to help you today. So again, you can go to believeindailypay.com. You can email me there. But if you're ready to rewrite your money story, if you're ready to build income and confidence and freedom, if you're ready to give your kids the life they deserve, give yourself the life you deserve. I would love to support you. I create a simple system for moms, especially single moms, to earn extra income in just 2 hours a day. It's the same system that helped me pay down debt, breathe again, and finally feel hopeful about my future, right? So all you got to do is click the link, go to believeindailypay.com, join me. Don't do this alone anymore. You are worthy of freedom, you are capable of change, and you're just one decision away. Thanks for watching.